With retirement age fixed at 60, but longevity going well into the 80s, many of us are now struggling with the thought how to spend rest of our life. At ShalinLife, we exchange ideas with each other and enable you to handle your retirement so that you are able to live a more prosperous, healthier, and happier golden years of your life. Just before you hit your retirement date, you have probably reached the acme of your life and career. Your children have completed their education. They have been in their job for a while. They got married, and possibly they have relocated to different location, leaving you behind in your empty nest. But you still have your full-time job, and you are working at a fairly senior level. Your colleagues look at you with certain admiration and awe. You enjoy working with them. You are actually looking forward to going to your office every day. One fine day, you reach your 60th birthday and you celebrate the day with a lot of fanfare with your colleagues, with your family and friends. But deep inside, you're feeling overwhelmed. You're thinking, very soon you'll be retired and you will no longer be going to your office. You will be sitting at home with your wife as your only companion in your empty nest. You're beginning to think, how am I going to spend the whole day? You are gripped with certain anxiety and stress now. Your problems get compounded when you realize that 4 years are being added to our life every 10 years. That means a person who is 60 today may expect to live until 90. So you have to spend another 25 to 30 years of your life in retirement. That probably is as many years in retirement as there were in your working life, during your entire working life. Many important questions begin racing through your mind. Do I have enough finances to sustain myself for the next 25 to 30 years remaining in my life? How will my health be once normal processes of aging set in? Now that I will no longer be working with my colleagues in the office, will I become friendless and lonely? I am 61 years old and I have gone through similar thoughts and feelings over the last 2 years. I have been stressed, anxious, and afraid of my impending situation. One fine day, I decided to deal with my situation instead of continuing to brood over it. I studied and researched how people were handling their retirement in the longevity economy, particularly in countries like China, Japan, Korea, Europe, US, Canada, where life expectancy was about 10 to 15 years more than that in India. I found that the government, the society, and the individual there were already taking steps to handle their retirement. I drew my lessons and I thought, instead of taking longevity as a form of curse, I might as well celebrate it as a blessing. I am now taking steps to reinvent and rewire my own life. I have decided not to retire for as long as possible by taking up work that is meaningful and that meets my own passion. That is, I am going to reboot myself for the longevity economy. ShalinLife is a community network of men and women over 50, retired or preparing for retirement. Here we share with you how people are seeking and finding work for themselves in the latter part of their life, how they are able to augment their income, how they are able to deploy their savings so that they have liquidity for their day-to-day living in the later years of their life. Before our midlife, we have had relentless struggle to go up the career ladder and enhance our earnings so that we could buy material things of life, thinking that those things will give us status and power. In pursuit of those material, we somehow began to lose happiness. Now is the time for us to slow down and appreciate little things of life around us. We need to be able to appreciate our time with our spouse, with our family, with our friends. Health is a concern for all of us. Many of the age-related ailments, impairments can actually be prevented and even treated through diet and nutrition, yoga, some specific exercises, herbal and Ayurvedic form of alternative medicine, diabetes, heart attack, cancer. These diseases are on the rise, but they are preventable too. At ShalinLife, we spread awareness on how we can protect ourselves from these deadly but preventable diseases. This is the time when we can fulfill our unfulfilled dreams. In our 20s, we took certain paths to build our career and life that was not defined by us, but by our parents and the society. Now that we know who we are, we can make course correction. Retirement fortunately has released us from the shackles of false identity that was based on the jobs that we did, the positions that we held, and the sense of status and power that we had. We are now more humane and down to earth. We can do things that will enable us to live forever by creating legacy during the extra period that universe has gifted to us. Figuratively speaking, we can now craft our own epitaph and write our own eulogy speech. Universe has added years to our life. Now it is our turn to add life to those years. Thank you.